Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back. Got some movies to show you today, guys. These were movies that I watched during the month of November during the film Noir-November. I didn't realize I watched so many film noirs in 28 days, or 30 days. There's 30 days in November, right? So I started like maybe 5 days before that. So we're talking maybe 35 days of movies. And I watched way more than 35. I know I was watching a couple of them a night and stuff like that. But really, I had a lot. So these would be considered leftovers. These would be considered Film Noir November leftovers. And still a lot of good movies that I really didn't get to talk about before. Now, some of these have appeared, of course, in other videos. Some of these I got off the shelf to rewatch for the month and everything. But there's some new ones in here too, like this first one here. Now, I originally saw this on, I think I was watching this on the Criterion channel one day, and really enjoyed it first time I saw it. So I picked it up. This is a movie directed by Robert Siodmak. This is Cry of the City. And it stars Victor Mature, Richard Conte. It's got young Shelley Winters. Really good movie. A great starring roles for Richard Conte and Victor Mature. They're, bad guy versus good guy. I mean, Richard Conte plays most of the movie in a hospital bed, but it's a bravo, just a great performance by Richard Conte. I think he's just very highly underrated. Just a great actor. He's fit perfect in film noir and everything. So, really good movie. This is a Kino Blu-ray, and this is from 1948, by the way. Next up, we got, I got this off the shelf. This has to be one of my favorite Blu-rays that I have. I love this movie. This is a movie directed by Fritz Lang from 1953, and also stars Glenn Ford, the lovely Gloria Graham, Jocelyn Brando. It's got a kind of a smallish role for Lee Marvin. He was getting up there, building his his acting chops. I mean, he appeared in a lot of movies as just a character actor, but he's got quite a good role in this. And again, directed by Fritz Lang. This is a little movie called The Big Heat, and this Blu-ray set, this indicator set, is awesome. This is great. It's kind of heavy. It's got a really big thick booklet in here. It's got double-sided artwork, dual art. It's got a Blu-ray and a DVD. It's a dual pack, but it's got a lot of great special features on here. It's just an overall great release, and anybody that's even a halfway fan of film noir has to pick this one up. This has to be on every film noir fan's shelf. It's just that great, and probably one of my favorite movies, by the way. So yeah, The Big Heat. Got to watch that bad boy. Next up, this is another great movie. This is a Criterion Blu-ray. Actually first saw this movie on AMC back in like 1991, 92, somewhere in there. Had my grandpa, of all people, copy it on his VCR because we didn't have AMC. And man, my grandpa was cool. And but yeah, it wasn't available on video back then when they showed this. This was, I think they featured that. They had a few movies that wasn't on VHS, Laserdisc, anything at that point. So it was anything, so it was pretty it was obscure, at that time and everything, but really great, kind of slightly underrated film noir. Ride the Pink Horse. starring Robert Montgomery, and he actually directed it also. I think he does a really good job. I like this one over The Lady in the Lake, where he also directed, but it's all from POV shot and stuff, which is, yeah, some days you want to watch that, some days you don't. But I've always liked Ride the Pink Horse more, and really good. It doesn't have a lot of extras. I think it has one little audio essay, but that's about it. But it's a really nice transfer, and it looks great, and I really dig the artwork. And in this, there's a lot of the booklet expands and things, so it's a really nice release. Check that out. I believe it's still in print. Ride the Pink Horse. I saw it on the shelf at Barnes & Noble just recently. Next up, this is a Blu-ray release from Kino. This is a movie directed by Norman Foster, and this was it was from 1948. This is still a early role for Burt Lancaster, but it's got Burt Lancaster, Joan Fontaine, and it's got a great little cast here. But this is a movie called Kiss the Blood Off My Hands, and really cool. One of those oddball type of movies, you know, but it's definitely a good film noir. And I had this for a while, and I think I watched it once and kind of almost forgot about it, and then I rewatched it, and it's a good one. Great. Highly recommend that. I love Burt Lancaster. Now this is a newer one I picked up. Now this just came out last year. The Warner Archive Collection put this out on Blu-ray, and it looks great. It really does. This is an early movie by Anthony Mann, and it's a film noir. It's called Border Incident, and it was actually the first time I watched it. I had never seen it before, and I'd only seen it once. But the first 10 minutes of the movie, I just kind of lost interest in it because it seemed like a message movie, like it was heavy on message. You know, I think the producer. Well, it's not that producer, but MGM had, this was for MGM, they had who was it? They had a producer, director that was kind of famous for his message movies. You know, they were movies just, you know, get right to the point and just put it right there, you know, and everything. And I guess I just didn't want to see a message movie or something, but I'm definitely going to rewatch it and give it another try because I am a big fan of Anthony Mann and stuff, and this is definitely a very good looking transfer and stuff. You know, Warner Archive, they're really doing a great job on these Blu-ray releases here lately. But anyways, it stars Ricardo Montalban and George Murphy, directed by Anthony Mann. But yeah, I mean, it's highly rated and stuff. I'll give it another look, guys. But I turned it off because it just seemed like it was not. I don't know. It wasn't doing it for me, I guess. Next up, this is another release from the Warner Archive Collection. This is a made-on-demand DVD. This was really good. This is a movie called The Threat. And this was the first time watch for it. It was really good. This is directed by Felix Feist. Now, he's one of those directors that was around, kind of like the Edgar G. Ulmers and people like that were kind of definitely underrated back in the day. And a lot of times they worked within the, you know, Poverty Row studios, you know, did a lot of the cheapy studios and stuff. But, and I think this one is for RKO. Oh, excuse me. But this is really good. It's got Michael O'Shea, Virginia Gray, Charles McGraw. Charles McGraw is always good. But this one is a killer played by Charles McGraw. He busts out of Folsom Prison and makes for a bleak desert hideout. But first he makes a violent detour to Los Angeles to kidnap three people he blames for the ticket to the gas chamber: a cop, the DA, an ex-girlfriend who he believes betrayed him, and brings him there, and he does all this stuff, and it's kind of crazy. It's out, he's pretty bonkers and stuff, and it's a good movie. It's fast and furious, man. It's only 65 minutes long, so it's, that's how I could watch so many movies, because you get a bunch of these 65 minute, 70 minute ones. You can watch quite a bit, but that one's great. Fast and furious, man. Next up, this is a recent release from Kino. This is on Blu-ray. Produced and directed by William Wyler. This is a detective story starring Kirk Douglas and Eleanor Parker and the great William Bendix. I'm still going to do an episode on William Bendix one day, I promise. But watching this movie, man, this is like the second time I've tried to watch it. It just looks, to me, it just feels so stagey. It's like most of it seems like it takes place in a newspaper office. And it feels like it's just there. And it feels like it doesn't breathe. It doesn't come out of that office for some reason. And it's real rat-a-tat-tat talk. It's just boom, 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 boom. It's like, am I watching The Front Page or His Girl Friday? It's kind of like, it's that like rapid fire dialogue, and it seems like it's on, it feels stagey to me for some reason. And I feel really bad about this, that I just didn't like it as much. But I really love William Wyler as a director, and love Kirk Douglas. And I don't know why this was a misfire to me. And even with William Bendix in it, I just felt, maybe I just need to give this one another try too. But for me, it just felt stagey. I don't know. I know Roger Kirby did an episode on his channel when it came out, and he talked about it and stuff, and he had a lot of good points and everything. But I usually agree with Roger a lot, but I'm not saying I'm disagree with him. But I usually always pretty much agree with what Roger says. He usually hits it on the nail. But for me watching, I'm disappointed that it didn't do something for me. I don't know. But I'm going to rewatch it. This happens a lot, has happened many times in my life. And I usually find my favorite movies that way, by rewatching them sometimes. So, but anyways, this is another release from Kino. This is a real nice one. Got the slipcase and everything with some dual artwork on there. Actually, I think it has 3 different artworks. I think it has dual-sided one, and then the slipcovers art. But this is a little movie from 1948 called The Lady from Shanghai, directed by Orson Welles, starring Orson Welles, and his soon-to-be ex-wife, Rita Hayworth, famously cut her hair off and dyed her hair for this movie. And excellent movie. It's got some of his Mercury Theater alumni in the movie. We got Everett Sloane shows up, and I always want to say that what's his name? God, what's his name that was in Citizen Kane too? What's his name? But he's not in it. But I always think he's in it. Really good. This is a really nice one. It's got it's got 3 audio commentaries. It's got a conversation with Peter Bogdanovich from 2000, and then Eddie Muller does a little video, and I'm not sure when it's from, but he's much younger, and he has like 3. He makes 3 points about the movie or something, so it's really good. But yeah, there you go. Great. Lady from Shanghai. A movie I've seen many times, and I do enjoy it a lot. This was a new find for me. As you know, I'm a big fan of John Payne in his film noirs and his westerns. He's really good. I think he's an unsung guy, actor. But yeah, I love John Payne movies, and I'm still discovering. But this is one I found. Now this is on the limited edition collection from MGM. This is called The Boss, and if you see that, the limited edition little thing up there, that's on a bunch of these. Now these are all worth a lot of money, these DVDs. Like, a lot of them still haven't come to updated DVD or Blu-ray or anything yet. So a lot of these are still kind of valuable because they're out of print and everything. But this one wasn't too much. It's called The Boss. It's a film noir. And it's really good. It's basically John Payne comes back as a ruthless World War I veteran who ends up taking control of the state with the help of a crooked lawyer, and really good. I really like it. It's directed by Byron Haskin. It's an early movie by him. Really interesting. Very good, underrated little movie. This next set, I've had this for many years, and it's one of those really nice TCM sets they were putting out like 2010 or maybe a few years earlier than that, but they put out a whole series of stuff. TCM working with like Universal and different studios, Columbia and stuff, and putting out stuff. This is called Dark Crimes, and this is a 3-movie set featuring basically Paramount movies on here. We got The Glass Key, Phantom Lady, and The Blue Dahlia. So you got two movies with Veronica Lake and Alan Ladd, and then you got Phantom Lady, which has Francois Tone and Ella Raines in it, and really good. And this is a really nice package, actually. It's got a slip case on it. Kind of opens up. Talks a little bit about it. Got the discs on each one. I was thinking it had its own artwork, but I guess not. But yeah, really good movies there, especially the Alan Ladd, Veronica Lake movies. I think The Blue Dahlia was their last team up, but they did like 6 movies or something like that together. But this is a great little set. I mean, you can get all of these individually on Blu-ray now, but I've had this set for a while. I think it was a one-stop shop to get 3 movies all at once and stuff, and it was a good deal at the time and stuff. But I have had it for a while. But I did get it out, and on here I watched The Glass Key, I watched Phantom Lady and The Blue Dahlia off here. I was going to watch The Glass Key, but I didn't get to that one. Okay, next up, this is an older edition Criterion DVD. It's on Blu-ray. I thought about upgrading, but it's really just a transfer over of everything. It's nothing new to it or anything. But I got this when a video store was going out of business. Very beloved and iconic video store in Louisville, Kentucky, called how was it? Can't even think of the name of the place. Wild and Woolly Video. But anyways, this is Kiss Me Deadly, and that's why you get some of these stickers here. They were going out of business, and happened to pick up quite a few things, movies at the time. It's been almost 10 years when they went out of business. But yeah, great movie. Robert Aldrich. This is such a phenomenal, famous film noir movie. That's been, a lot of movies have took stuff from it, such as Repo Man and Pulp Fiction and stuff like that. And it's just a great movie. It starts out just, it's based on a Mickey Spillane. Mickey Spillane novel. Ralph Meeker stars as Mike Hammer, the private eye, and it's got the Albert Decker. It's got great performance by Juanano Hernandez. Gosh, I messed his name up. But it's also got what's her face in it. Cloris Leachman early role for her, but great movie, Kiss Me Deadly. One of my favorite film noirs for sure. I had to put that one in and watch it. And finally, guys, this is a movie from Fritz Lang. He directed this, and this is a great big old, another one of those heavy sets, but it's because it's got a DVD too. Fritz Lang movie. Doesn't have a whole lot of extras on here, but it's got a really nice booklet and stuff in here. But this is a Eureka Masters of Cinema release of Human Desire. And I believe this has either been announced or has already come out on Kino Blu-ray here recently. But this is a really nice release. It looks great, and it's actually based on it's based on the novel by, I'm trying to think of who was by, but previously when what's his name covered it. Jeez, I try to do all this off the top of my head. Oh, the novel was written by Emile Zola, and had previously been filmed by Jean Renoir as The Human Beast in 1938, starring what's his face? Gosh, I can't believe it. I can't think of his name. But anyways, good movie. It's got the great Glenn Ford is great in this, and then it's got the great Gloria Graham is in that, and of course you got the heavy what's his face, Broderick Crawford. So it's really cool. It's a really good movie, The Human Desire. So there you go, guys. There's some leftover film noir from this past November. Film Noir November, where every day I was watching film noir, and I watched a lot. I really did. I outdid myself this year for sure. So there you go, guys. So any comments on those videos, any of those releases stick out to you, let me know in the comments. Talk to me about it. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit subscribe, and there you go. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for sitting through this with me and listening to me talk about film noir a little bit. So until next time, guys, watch great movies, and I will see you guys next time.